2015 was the year smart glasses died, or so everyone thought. Google's hyped Google Glass experiment had just flamed out, turning smart glasses into a symbol of overhype and misplaced ambition. Early adopters of Google's face-mounted gadget were derisively labeled glass holes, as the public recoiled from the idea of a wearable camera beaming the internet into your face. Bars, casinos, and movie theaters banned the device before it even hit mass release, over fears of secret recording and privacy violations. The promise was pure sci-fi, a screen in your vision, the future on your face. But in under a year, Google shut it down. And just like that, smart glasses weren't the future anymore. They were quickly written off as a niche gimmick. Then 2024 arrived with an unexpected development. Smart glasses made a quiet comeback, and this time, people were actually buying them. The unlikely champion of this revival was Meta, formerly Facebook, with a stylish pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses that doubled as mini computers. In a single year, Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses sold over 2 million units, a milestone that would have sounded impossible a decade earlier. So how did Meta pull off what Google couldn't, even after dropping $2 billion on it? The answer starts with Google's mistakes. Flashback to 2012. Google co-founder Sergey Brin was literally skydiving out of a blimp wearing Google Glass to wow an audience of developers. Glass was a tiny wearable computer with a prism display over one eye, a built-in camera, and voice controls. It promised to beam emails, maps, and messages into your vision, all hands-free. Tech enthusiasts were excited, and Google's Moonshot Division X poured resources into the project, convinced this could be the next iPhone. Yet when the $1,500 Google Glass Explorer Edition finally reached real users in 2013, reality struck. Outside the bubble of Google's promotions, ordinary people were baffled and often creeped out by glass. Privacy concerns exploded immediately. The idea that anyone wearing glass could be secretly filming you at any time was deeply unsettling. There were other problems too. At $1,500 a pair, Google Glass was outrageously expensive for a beta product, essentially limiting it to tech elites and enthusiasts. The hardware itself felt like a prototype. Less than 1 year after opening sales to the public, Google halted consumer sales of Glass in January 2015. By 2017, they'd pivoted the project to a niche enterprise edition for factory and medical use. But even that didn't really take off. Too expensive, and other companies were already doing AR for factories and warehouses, probably even doing it better. In March 2023, Google finally discontinued Glass entirely, ending support for good. Glass cost Google roughly $895 million before they shut it down, or at least that's the number they reported. More damaging than the financial hit, Google Glass became a byword for tech hubris, an example of Silicon Valley building cool tech that nobody asked for and nobody wanted. One industry columnist described it as the worst $1,500 I have ever spent, a great tool to understand what not to do when creating a product for the consumer. Why did Google Glass fail so miserably? First, there was no clear job to be done. Google assumed people wanted constant connectivity and a camera on their face, but it never proved that case. The average person didn't see what everyday problem Glass was solving. Checking the weather or reading texts via a tiny eyeglass display wasn't enough justification to wear an awkward new device. As a matter of fact, many early Glass users found it easier to just use their smartphones. The supposed benefit of always-on information didn't match most people's daily priorities. Google also wildly misjudged social acceptance. Walking around with a front-facing camera strapped to your temple turned out to be a social and privacy nightmare. Google and enthusiastic beta testers saw the hands-free recording feature as a lighthearted perk with no apparent downsides. The public strongly disagreed. People felt uncomfortable and even threatened by glass wearers, not knowing if they were being filmed. In one incident, a woman in a San Francisco bar was assaulted in 2014 after patrons grew angry that she might be recording them with Google Glass. The social stigma was palpable. Wearers were mocked, and some establishments preemptively banned the device. Lastly, the practical issues of price and form factor were deal breakers. At $1,500 plus tax, Google Glass cost as much as a high-end laptop, an insane ask for an unproven gadget. Reviewers also flagged the device's limited battery life and subpar comfort. Wearing glass all day wasn't pleasant, and using it heavily would drain its battery in a couple of hours. For something meant to be a 24/7 wearable assistant, those shortcomings were costly. Google's spectacular failure turned regular people off smart glasses for years. Companies that later tried their own smart eyewear knew they had to distance themselves from the Google Glass image. If there's a silver lining, it's that future innovators could look at Google Glass and know exactly what not to do. As we'll see, Meta's approach with smart glasses would follow this layout almost point by point. But back in 2015, after Google's retreat, it seemed no tech giant would touch consumer smart glasses for a long time. The concept was effectively radioactive, at least until a few years ago. Enter Meta Platforms, formerly Facebook, a company with its own history of bold bets and public stumbles. In 2017, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg was vocal about augmented reality being the next major computing platform. That year, Facebook added the Stories camera feature to both Instagram and Facebook, suggesting they were betting on a future where sharing photos and videos would be even simpler. But rather than rush out and build a Google Glass clone, Facebook took a more patient and arguably clever route. They struck a partnership with EssilorLuxottica, the world's largest eyewear company, owners of Ray-Ban, Oakley, and many other brands, aiming to blend tech with fashion. In 2020, Meta announced it would soon launch smart glasses in collaboration with Ray-Ban. Meta's first-generation product, Ray-Ban Stories, launched in 2021 at a price around $299, a fraction of Google Glass's cost. Notably, they had a small LED light on the front frame that illuminates whenever the camera is recording, as a privacy-conscious design feature to alert people nearby. In short, these glasses were positioned as a fun lifestyle gadget, not a futuristic AR visor to replace your phone, but a way to capture moments from a first-person perspective and listen to audio on the go, all while looking like normal sunglasses. The reception to Ray-Ban Stories was mixed at first. There was no visual HUD at all, meaning these weren't providing directions in your view or overlaying any data. They were closer to Snap Inc.'s spectacles in concept than to Google Glass, and in fact, Snap's spectacles had also hit the market starting in 2016, finding some success among Snapchat fans, but never reaching a broad audience. Snap sold a few 100,000 units of their first-gen spectacles, but also infamously had to write off millions of dollars in unsold stock. The public, it seemed, still didn't see a must-have reason to wear camera glasses. Meta had to prove that their approach could overcome that general apathy. Initially, sales of Ray-Ban Stories were modest, not a flop, but not a mainstream hit either. By 2023, Meta unveiled a second-generation lineup, now branded Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. These launched in late 2023 with improved specs, which included a higher resolution 12-megapixel camera capable of shooting longer videos, better audio, and notably, built-in integration with Meta's new AI assistant. You could ask the glasses questions and, in theory, get answers spoken in your ear. The Gen 2 glasses also doubled the battery life compared to Gen 1, lasting about 6 to 8 hours on a charge. Yet despite these upgrades, Meta smartly kept the price in the same range, making sure the product remained relatively affordable. And most importantly, the design still looked almost identical to standard Ray-Ban eyewear, available in several frame styles and colors. At a glance, you couldn't easily tell someone was wearing a high-tech device, which is exactly the point. This step-by-step strategy started to pay off. By 2024, Meta's Ray-Ban glasses quietly reached a milestone that few noticed at first. Over 1 million units sold within the year. That number would climb to more than 2 million by mid-2025. For comparison, Google Glass in its entire lifetime reportedly sold only in the tens of thousands of units, mostly to developers and enterprise clients. Meta, in about a year, had put smart glasses into the hands of a couple million everyday consumers, a scale never seen before in this product category. Smart glasses were developing a bit of a cool factor within certain circles, a huge contrast to the ridicule of the Google Glass days. So, how exactly did Meta succeed in making smart glasses palatable to consumers when Google failed? For one, Meta focused on a clear, tangible use case, capturing life's moments. This was a concrete benefit. Essentially, your sunglasses can take pictures with a blink or a voice command, which many found genuinely appealing for travel, concerts, or just playing with their kids. The glasses also doubled as wireless earbuds and a personal voice assistant. These are low-friction, everyday enhancements that don't require changing human behavior drastically. In contrast, Google Glass had pitched a rather abstract value of augmented reality that most people didn't really feel they needed day to day. In addition, by partnering with Ray-Ban and later Oakley and even rumored Prada collaborations, Meta put fashion and familiarity at the forefront. It's hard to overstate how important this is. As a tech analyst noted, removing social friction is key. People are used to seeing glasses on faces, but they are not used to seeing a cyborg-looking prism over someone's eye. By hiding the tech in a familiar form, Meta avoided triggering that uncanny valley of social discomfort. They also kept the visible indicator, or the front LED, to signal recording and attempt to be transparent and polite about the camera use. While some privacy advocates still have concerns, so far there hasn't been a public outcry over Ray-Ban users the way there was with Glass. In part, this might be timing. We're now all accustomed to being on camera, so a tiny camera in glasses doesn't feel as shocking in 2023 as it did in 2013. Meta also nailed the price-to-value balance. At a few $100s, Ray-Ban smart glasses are not cheap, but they are still on par with a nice pair of regular prescription glasses or high-end headphones, items many people save up for. And for that price, the glasses deliver multiple functions. Google Glass, on the other hand, tried to charge a luxury tech price while delivering a very beta experience, which left early adopters feeling burned. Meta took the opposite tack. They delivered a decent experience at a relatively accessible price, even if that meant not pushing the technology to its extreme at first. The Ray-Ban glasses started simple, and now with Gen 2, they have quietly added more advanced features such as longer video recording, AI interaction, all while maintaining the same familiar form. Meta is essentially training consumers to accept more tech in their eyewear over time, rather than shoving a full AR headset at them from day one. It's also worth noting Meta's handling of the metaverse slip-up. Only a couple of years ago, Meta was pouring billions into VR headsets and immersive virtual worlds, so much so that it rebranded from Facebook to Meta to signal that commitment. But by 2023, the metaverse hype had cooled dramatically. The company's VR division was burning cash. Reality Labs lost over $13.7 billion in 2022 alone, and consumer interest in the metaverse concept was lukewarm. Meta had to regroup. This particular pivot away from trying to force a sci-fi VR future and toward augmenting familiar products like glasses has been key to Meta's recent success in wearables. The data lays it all out. Things have totally changed. By 2025, these glasses have become, according to Meta, the #1 selling AI glasses in the world. Considering this whole category was written off years ago, this recovery is extremely impressive. Partnership with EssilorLuxottica has grown so successful that in mid-2025, Meta invested $3.5 billion to buy a nearly 3% stake in EssilorLuxottica. Meta is betting that today's simple camera glasses are the foundation of something much bigger, a future where smart glasses might even rival smartphones as an everyday necessity. By investing in the world's largest eyewear maker, Meta establishes it will have the production capacity and industry clout to flood the market with millions more devices in the coming years. As for EssilorLuxottica, they're getting serious about smart glasses. They've boosted their production and plan to crank out as many as 10 million smart glasses yearly by 2026 to keep up with the expected demand. 10 years ago, everyone was trashing this idea, and now look at the numbers. As of now, Meta has the top spot with the smart glasses, but all the tech giants can see where this is going. The first one to make smart glasses truly mainstream is basically set to dominate the future of computing, just like the iPhone did back in the day. The global market for AR and VR wearable tech is projected to explode to hundreds of billions of dollars in the next decade. Even if smart glasses account for a slice of that, we are talking about a massive economic opportunity. No tech giant wants to miss out, which is why they're all cautiously re-entering this space, this time with the hard lessons of Google Glass firmly in mind.